My name is Angie Ayers, and I teach 7th grade math in the DeSoto School District. My unit is on the measures of central tendency. At the end of this unit, I want my students to be able to find data, interpret that data, and then provide feedback or make predictions from the data. I tried to make my wiki easy to navigate by providing links on each page to each different page. I created a code of conduct I want my students to follow when using technology in my classroom. All students in the district sign an acceptable use policy, and my code of conduct is an extension of the district policy. I think it's important to teach students responsibility for their behavior, and my code is focused around responsibility and being safe online. I've also included a printable version of this code of conduct so parents can print it off, sign it, and then if they choose, put it on the fridge to reference later. I chose to write my learning targets in I will statements to personalize the targets and again have the students feel a sense of responsibility as they say, I will gather data, I will draw information. The learning targets are focused on gathering and analyzing data in a way that would be done in the real world. I chose websites for the information so that it is up to date and realistic to the students. For example, if the median for the cost of Sperry's is $100, then the students will know that they need to save about $100 in order to buy the average pair of Sperry's. My lesson plans are broken up into 3 instructional sections. Days 1 through 3 is modeling. Days 4, 5, and 6 are guided practice. And 7, 8, and 9 are the independent practice. Day 10 is the presentation day where the students will present their findings and answer questions for the class. Throughout the unit, other than day 1, each student will have a computer or they will be paired up in sharing computers. I think it's important that the students have the computers and are able to drive and navigate the site so that they can kind of get a feel as to how it works and what it looks like. It's much more applicable when they're actually doing it rather than just watching me. Day 1 will be a review of the measures of central tendency, reminding the students what mean, median, mode, and range each mean, and calculating each one. Days 2 and 3, we will find the mean, median, and mode of a set of data that I've already found. For example, we'll use the NBA website. We'll go to stats, team stats, and then we will look at points per game for each team. We'll find the measures for that, and then we will talk about what happens if Denver has an off night and they only score 50 points. What measures are impacted by that? Or if Miami just rocks it and they end up scoring 150 points, what measures are impacted by that change? Days 4, 5, and 6, students will again be still analyzing and making predictions concerning data, but more independently. I've provided 3 sites for the students to choose from. They can choose the ESPN website for fantasy football, Bureau of Labor and Statistics for yearly earnings, and Sperry's in case somebody wants to buy a pair of shoes. On day 5, we will look at the spreadsheet students will be using to organize their data. I want the students to understand that the point of this lesson isn't to be able to add, subtract, multiply, and divide, but be able to look at a set of data and understand what it is telling them. With a spreadsheet, students can use the function key and they can find the sum, average, maximum, and minimum. Also, even after entering the data, even if it isn't organized in the way that they want, they can use the sort key and arrange it the way they want. I want my column B to be sorted A to Z, which would be from smallest to largest. Right now I have it largest to smallest. I can sort it and bam, there it happens. This would make finding the median and the mode very easy. On days 7, 8, and 9, students will still be working with a partner, finding the same information, but they will do it completely on their own. Students will create a digital presentation of their choice on their findings and present that to the class, answering any questions that the class may have about their data. My unit supports the TPACK philosophy because spreadsheets are used every day and websites provide real-time information which is relevant to students.